you're going to kick us off.
Okay.
All right, we're live.
Hey everybody, it's Lesley Dale and our sports editor Stephen Hargis with the TFP, and we are here at Boyd-Buchanan with Coach Cardwell, home of the Buccaneers, leader of the Buccaneers, right?
Right.
How you doing?
Great. Thanks for coming.
Of course, this is our weekly Thursday local high school football preview. So, thank you for being our guest today. And are you getting ready for a big game tomorrow? Obviously,
We're getting ready.
Against
We're
Tyner.
getting ready. It is a big game. It's a region game. We played twice last year. We won in the regular season. They won in the playoffs. So we know each other well. So it should be fun.
We know each other well.
We know each other very well.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about emotions running very high with the Vols and how the players have these relationships with each other and the things they say about each other. It's kind of like that with different teams too, how you just said we know each other very well.
We do know each other. The players know each other. You know, even though Chattanooga's a city, it's a small city, so people know each other. And, you know, that's what makes it neat too.
Like each other, not like each
other? They can like each other except for Friday.
Right.
And then
respect
they can
each other. There you
then
go.
we can respect each other during the game after.
When the lights are on, it's a different story.
Like we say at practice, when you step across the line, there are no friends.
I'm going to remember that. Okay, that's serious talk. So, Stephen, you've been covering these guys for a long time. Talk to us. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Boyd-Buchanan, just a little quick rundown history lesson here. Boyd-Buchanan, guys, was a team that when Robert Akins came here, kind of turned fortunes. They hadn't had a whole lot of success immediately in the first year. They had success from then on, and they have been for the last 20 years or so. They've been one of the top programs in our area. I mean, they're a perennial playoff team. Won a state championship, been to 3 other state championships, I think. Carter is a first-year head coach, not a first-year coach, but a first-year head coach. He's been around the college game, the high school game. He knows everything, the ins and outs of the game. Biggest differences for you, Carter? You've come from the college game. What are some big differences that brought you back to the high school game that you like so much about this level?
What college too? What other colleges?
A handful.
Let's
start off. Clemson, Auburn.
Heard of those?
Catawba, VMI, Chattanooga, 2 or 3 different times. Maryville College, and the University of South at Sewanee.
Oh, lucky to have you here.
Well, I'm very, very grateful to be here. And like I said, I started off in high school football. So for me to transition back from college was not really a big transition at all. It was fun when I was coaching high school football, and it's still fun now. So I'm enjoying it a lot. Transition-wise, really, you know, just, you know, it's the things off the field that I tell everybody that are different. In college football, it's recruiting.
Yeah.
You know, here it could be something else off the field that takes your time away from what you like to do. And I've told somebody this many times. You just, you know, you pick what off-field things you can tolerate more than others, and the coaching is the coaching. The football's the football. The field's the same size as, you know, the college field and all that. It's just the other things that are different, really.
Do you get a sense that you get more of an influence? I mean, you're dealing with teenage kids as opposed to, you know, older and early 20s and that kind of thing with those kids.
This impact may last longer. You know, you get to influence them all. You just hope you impact them in the right way. But, you know, maybe sometimes you can impact one that changes his life. That you know, and a lot of times we talk about players that are good for your program, and sometimes the program's good for the player. That's even more true in high school. Because sometimes the program's good for the player, and we like to think that here.
Now, you were the OC here before you took over as head coach this year. Differences, I mean, did you make any wholesale changes as far as defensively, offensively, anything?
Defensively, we did not. Okay. Now, when Grant Reynolds and I were speaking at the end of the year, we were going to change one side of the ball just because you need to every so often. You need to sort of reinvent yourself. And when he left, him being the defensive guy and me being the offensive coach, I said it would be easier if we left the defense intact the way it was and make some changes to the offense. So we've changed the offense a little bit. We're doing a little bit more things under the center as opposed to that we were in the shotgun spread offense for 6-7 years, and we didn't take under the center snap but maybe 3 or 4 times. Now we're under the center most of the time. So little changes like that.
How much of that's dictated personnel? I mean, this year you don't have the big bruising fullback and quarterback there, so how much of that is just based off personnel?
It's all personnel.
I'm going to go grab some of the players. You guys continue to talk shop.
It's all personnel.
Yeah.
You got to make your people work. You got to make your people work in your system. You can't force pegs. And we felt like with the people we had coming back and the people we had lost, this was a good time to do this. So we just made a few changes.
Talk a little bit, I mean, just individually, some of the guys you've got coming back, whether it's Cole, I mean, just, from quarterback to some of the new kids that run back, because you guys lost so much. I mean, you
lost a lot. I told somebody, I counted it in number of starts, and I told you that one day, over 200 starts.
That's amazing.
Left when the senior class left last year, because some of them were 3-year starters. We had a 4-year starter that started every position, every game at that position. So, I mean, that's numerous starts. So what we had to look at was replacing guys that had started in multiple positions for multiple years. And, but like I said, our guys have stepped up well this year. In our first game, 15 of the 22 starting spots, those 15 guys had never played that position.
Wow.
Now, they might have started at another spot, but to play that actual position, 15 of 22. So we had to make some, commitments to some players, and they made commitments to us.
Got to be patient bringing some of those guys along.
You've just got to take the good with the bad. Some days it's 2 steps up, 1 back. And some days it's worse, and some days it's better. But I've told them the process is to get better.
Now, we talked a little bit about your schedule. I mean, just how herky-jerky it's been that your first game got canceled. The team that you were supposed to be all of a sudden just dropped football with less than a month from the game, so then you don't have that game. Then you play a game, then you're off a week, then you play another game. I mean, how hard is that to try to get some kind of momentum and rhythm?
It's been challenging, because even the first game that we finally got to play, we had lightning delays. We had weather delays, so if you want to say by the book, we didn't even get to start that game by the book. I told the kids, that's life. Life throws curveballs at you all the time. How you handle it is the thing. And that's what we've talked to them about, is how to handle it. When we lost the first game by the cancellation, I said, guys, don't feel bad for yourself. Feel bad for those guys that don't get to play football. You still get to play football. And actually, I told them it might have been a blessing in disguise that we get a little bit more time.
So whether it's replacing 200 starts or trying to get a rhythm going this season, you just want some sense of normalcy to go on in your first year.
We may not get there. Normalcy. As I call it in our house with 3 kids and a wife that travels, we call it hectivity. And we may be in hectivity for a while, but we're having a great time. We are having fun.
How's Jim doing?
Jim's well.
His son
Jim's well.
Played at MTSU.
Like I said, played last week at Vanderbilt. This week they're going to Bowling Green. And we're deciding here at the last minute if we need to go or not, because it's 11 a.m. kickoff Central Time. It's supposed to rain.
How often do you get to go and watch these after your games on Fridays?
We made every game but 2 last year.
Wow.
We missed the bowl game, unfortunately, which was in the Bahamas, but it was on Christmas Eve, and we missed one other that was an early start, but we made the others. And this year we plan on we got one that's in doubt, which is this weekend, actually. And the rest of them we are scheduled to go. So it's Saturday morning, 6 a.m. flights or whatever. But you know what? It's fun.
That's awesome.
It's all fun.
That's awesome. We want to bring in a couple of players here.
We have found some of the players that y'all are talking about. So don't be scared, guys.
Come on, get in here close.
Okay. Coach Lindsay, you want to come in too?
No.
No. Okay. We got a camera shy one. It happens. All right. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Cole Henke, a junior safety.
I'm Jeremy Borders, a running back senior.
Okay. Hot out here. You guys used to this?
Yes.
Ready for the big game?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How has Coach prepared you for this one against Tyner? Any different than usual?
Just reviewing their plays, a tough week at practice, a bunch of drills that help us with their gameplay.
You don't seem very fazed by it, I'm going to tell you. You play safety, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another week, and we're just out here to win, so it's just another win we're going to.
Offense is looking good. We should be doing the same thing we do every week. Smash mouth football, that's what Boyd-Buchanan really is. So.
Yeah, as long as we execute, it'll all be the same thing.
Okay, so Coach said all the teams kind of know each other, just like all the players kind of know each other. You may like each other off the field, but what happens when the lights turn on or you step over the line?
It's game time.
Yeah, all friendships go out the window.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What do you think about this team this season? These guys, they're not that riled up right now, and this is what always happens when we talk to them, but then you see them on the field, and it's a much different player, different person.
Guys tend to flip a switch. I mean, I think they're great kids off the field. Not that they're not on the field, but on the field, I think they take the approach that the coaches kind of drill and instill in, that it's a business. When they get on the field, it's all about business, and Boyd-Buchanan has kind of a very high standard to live up to. And so I think that, when they're younger players, they kind of learn what that standard's all about. And by the time they're older, like Cole and Jeremy, and they're on the field playing pretty much both sides of the ball quite a bit. They know exactly every snap, counts for they've got a lot of fans behind them that are supporting them, and they want to do well for those guys and kind of live up to that expectation that guys who played before them have kind of built up.
What year are both of you?
I'm a junior.
I'm a senior.
Okay, last year.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you looking toward?
Really just to make the freshmen and sophomores used to the team, really, to get them to be a leader, show them how Boyd-Buchanan football really is, and show them that don't be afraid to get in, really, because we're just all family here on the team, so I just want to show them that, really.
Is that what you think Boyd-Buchanan football is, family?
Yes. We show a lot of pride. That's one of our favorite things to say in the huddle is pride. That's what we like to show. And every time we get on the field, we like to show we got pride, and that's why our head coach, Coach Carwell.
One of the things at Boyd-Buchanan, if for guys who aren't familiar with it, it takes a while before you're going to be able to be on the field and play and start and get those snaps. Jeremy's a guy who's kind of waited his turn. He's been behind a couple of all-state caliber running backs. Now that he's gotten his turn, what was it like, kind of having to bide your time and wait there and be patient like that? And then when you finally do have your shot now as the starter, what are some of the goals that you have?
To follow their goals, really. Lesson learned. Like, they taught me how to run the football, really, to how I'm playing now. So,
describe your style. Your style of running, it would be what? You're a slasher. You like to be a little physical, duck your head and get into the contact, or run away from it.
A little fast?
Yes.
He'll be so.
Yeah.
I just use my speed, my God-given talent. So that's all I like to do. I just like to go on the outside, really. It's just what I like to do. I really like to go inside too. Anything, really.
Whatever they need you to do, huh?
Yes, sir.
And Cole was one of our area leaders last year in interceptions from safety. Also played some quarterback. How tough is that when you're kind of the quarterback defense, and then when you're in at quarterback some too? Trying to balance both sides of the ball. How tough is that?
It's definitely a difficult transition, especially if you have a big play on defense right before that. Like if I got a pick, then had to run down and then switch back to offense and then play that. So it's definitely tough, but we're getting used to it because they got us in good shape this summer. So
is it a different mentality for defensive side? You're more physical on defense and more analytical on offense. You're kind of reading the defenses, or do you kind of keep that same mentality on both sides?
Pretty much I'm just trying to get the ball in the end zone every play, defense or offense. I just want the ball and I want to get in the end zone.
Yeah. How important was it? You guys had a coaching change this year as head coach, but how important was it to have a guy who's you're very familiar with, who's been with the program for so long with Coach Cardwell, kind of made that transition a lot smoother for you?
Yes. It really wasn't really a transition. Coach Cardwell's been there since day one, and we just welcomed him back. It's just another position for him. I feel like he knows the whole team knows that he was like another coach. Coach Reynolds was another coach, and he was a great head coach. And Coach Cardwell is like another head coach to us. So
Coach Cardwell, come back.
All right, I'm back.
We're talking about you.
He's back. Is there a ball around here?
Absolutely not.
What?
No, we've got them locked away.
Locked away.
We will make sure they're properly inflated at all times.
That's I've heard
so
that. I've heard
yes.
that's really
It's
important.
right
Yeah. Okay. Well, I couldn't help but notice these two are talking very nicely about their coach. Scoring points, probably good.
Exactly.
Good.
Thank
Always
you.
should.
Always
but
good move.
Coach has been walking around. I've seen and picking up the grass. Pebbles.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new stuff. Yeah.
Show me what you're doing
Well,
and
I'm
what
just
this
looking,
is all about.
I'll tell you, I've stayed fascinated with this the whole time.
I can tell.
This is our new field, of course, that we've installed this year.
Okay.
Bring it up
AstroTurf
close here if you can.
See that?
Showed us a new infield. This is the new infield. This is actually a new grind of Nike tennis shoes, and we were the first.
Crazy.
They played on it last week in Bristol, and it's neat. You see all the different colors and all the different things.
So
of the
Nike tennis shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
No
and
way.
and like I said, it's different. It's not what they'd used in the past, where they'd had issues maybe with cancer-causing agents. This is not. This is new. And like I said, it's pretty neat. You don't see it from a distance. You look up close and you see a lot of colors. From a distance, of course, you just see the green. So it's pretty neat. Like I said,
Who would have thought?
I don't know. I was trying to check the wind in the first game. I was trying to see if this actually would float so that I could check the wind, because I can't pull up the grass.
Okay, so
So
tell
there you go.
you mentioned real quick, what was being used for all these years you've been a coach before?
They
Like
have used all sorts
petroleum,
of different things. It
tires.
was car tires and things like that. That
Yeah.
just, discarded rubber, and they don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. I think
Right.
time's going to tell when research comes back on that.
Yeah.
But this is the new stuff. We spend a little bit more for that, figuring we'd eliminate that question from anybody's concerns they would have when we put this field in. So
now,
that's it.
obviously, it matters what the guys are running around on. Have you guys noticed a difference playing on it? Was it first time last week? You said
We played 2 weeks ago on
2
it.
weeks ago. Okay, what do you think? How did it feel?
Just normal.
Normal.
Yeah,
Well, that's
feels
good.
great.
At least
Feels good. But like I said, the good thing is the weather. We had a weather delay the first game. It poured. 10 minutes later, the field was dry. And that's great because in the past, Stephen's been here. It wasn't called the swamp. For just giggles.
Like
it was,
UF?
It got
Yeah.
a little rough down here. Sometimes we had a lot of rain with drainage issues and so forth.
Oh.
But like I said, the people from AstroTurf came in. They showed us their plan, and they got this thing done in unbelievable amount of time and
You guys
perfect.
actually raised the field. How far was it you raised the
14
field?
inches.
Yeah.
Field's been raised just a little over a foot with the site prep work. And then they came in. They started literally, we had the spring game in May, last week of May. The next week they were already out here measuring, siding it up, and the bulldozers were here, and off they went.
Yeah.
And we got very fortunate. Unfortunately, we've had the drought this summer, but that gave us dry weather for a great number of weeks to be actually right on schedule.
Yeah.
So really the
beautiful,
field
too.
was down. Thank you. It is pretty. It's like I
pretty
said,
field.
it's the surface is great. Like I said, we the people at AstroTurf have come back by twice to check. There's some pretty unique features about the field. We can move the goalposts if we need to and stuff like that, and
Okay.
different types of turf on the playing surface versus the sides.
You
Give
use
it a
for
little
soccer
contrast.
also? I mean,
you
guys
can use it for soccer. We can use a paint now for lacrosse. When lacrosse starts to play this spring, that will just wash off. The drainage issues are great. Watching them put this field in, you can tell the drainage is going to be great. And like I said, it paid off the other day.
And that, I mean, in the playoffs, typically here when the weather turns bad in November in the playoffs, this was always one of the you mar up ankle deep or whatever. So for you guys, I mean, you got to be looking forward to, no more problems with footing, trying to make your cuts and that kind of thing, especially for speed guys. How much have you guys enjoyed whether you're practicing on here during the couple of games that you've had on here already? I mean, just the fact that you can make those sharp cuts and not worry about, your footing going out from under you.
It's really great. Not like the old field,
The swamp.
the swamp. I mean, I miss it, but it's great to have nice cutting and nice footing on this.
Yeah, if you take a look again, if you can see, it's all Nike shoes.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Ground up.
Rubber soles of
Okay.
Nike
Yeah,
shoes.
and like I said, it's
Cool.
it's cool. It is cool. It's
Feels
just something
cool,
unique.
too.
You see people all the time. I'm still doing it. They'll reach down, they'll look at it, and say, "That's red, that's green, that's
Yeah,
blue."
and you can tell when you feel
But
it.
like I said, it's just different, and it's like I said, it's been good. It's great to know that footing's going to be good.
Have the
Cool.
mosquitoes gotten smaller since you guys don't have?
Well, I tell you, it's funny. All
the
those
size of
issues, all the
pterodactyls
issues
before.
that I asked them, their answers
Yeah.
have been proven exactly true
Yeah.
about other issues with the field and things like that. And it's just been a great experience. And I told
Awesome.
somebody we should have charged admission this summer. People would come down the evenings and stand on the wall and watch the crews finish their day.
That's funny.
And it was neat to watch. Some people were just fascinated.
Oh,
I was.
I
was
think it's a cool
fascinated.
story.
We had a time-lapse camera that took a picture of the first
Oh,
month,
cool.
and it was really neat to watch.
Kind of like a house.
it was
built.
neat. I
Yeah.
just told them I hope we just don't dig up something that's going to make us stop.
Yeah,
and we didn't.
now
We
that
got
would
lucky.
be a real story.
Cannonball, arrowhead,
Yeah.
nothing like that. So we were good, and
Yeah.
so everything proceeded exactly on schedule. I
Okay.
mean, perfectly on
Do you,
schedule.
do you two play other sports that you'll be utilizing on this field? Yeah?
I play soccer in the spring.
Okay. How about you, Cole?
No, I just play football.
Just a football.
Yes.
And what do you want to be when you grow up? I mean, I guess you're almost grown up.
Yeah.
Hard question.
Yeah,
I don't know
about
either. Yeah. You haven't thought about that. Oh,
that
to be young. To be
Hell yeah.
young. Just keeping your mind on the game.
Yes.
ma'am.
And I couldn't help but notice also beyond you, going around
Yeah.
the field and picking it up. When we got here, you really wanted to focus on everything else going on at Boyd-Buchanan too. You were
Right.
like, this field,
Yeah,
the
there's a
football.
lot of great
Yeah.
things going on. Like I said, just in the background, you can hear them laughing back there. We got a brand new elementary playground, which is phenomenal. Elementary Parent Council did that, and it is great. It's a super. We added the new wing to the high school, which added classroom space in some other places. And there's the new media center. There's a student lounge area now. There's more office space, and with that freed up space in the middle school. We were able to build a brand new lab in the middle school, and maybe all that has started stuff because enrollment's up for the first time in a long time. I'm in the middle school. We got great classes with great size, moving us towards more growth. So we
What
think
do you
that's.
teach?
I teach American history in the 8th grade. So I teach 8th grade U.S. history in the 8th grade, which is great for me.
How much of the expansion? How much of that is a part of the plan? Because you guys are going to go Division II next year.
Right.
So
Now
you're gonna
this, part of the classroom plan was in the works anyway.
Okay.
But that's helped. Now athletically, our athletic committee has got this in 3 phases. This was phase 1 of this. We felt like this was the most pressing need of all the needs, so we went after this first. This was actually going to be a 2017 project. And actually we got going, and the committee after the first week had raised so much money that we looked at each other and said, we're going to go for it. And the goal was to get the money raised before the spring game, and we did the day before the spring game. We hit the number.
What's the goal? Because Division II competition is a lot tougher. So when you guys switch there,
well,
the goal as far as
Division
enrollment,
II
things like that?
Yeah, I mean, we got to rethink a lot of things about how we handle enrollment and admissions, facilities. If you've been to any Division II school in Tennessee, and we did our homework. We've sent people to different places, different schools. I've been on the phone. I've visited with people. Ms. Harkness. We've been doing our homework, prepared to make this move. And one thing that you look at is facilities.
Sure.
We got a great setting. People are actually, it's now pretty neat. They call this the stadium now. All of a sudden,
cool.
it's sort of morphed itself into this is the stadium. But
The swamp to the stadium.
Yeah, from swamp to stadium, great change. But we've done that with the classrooms and enhanced that. Added new laboratories, elementary library. Everything has the bar's been raised. Athletically, we're still looking at improving next softball and baseball fields, and then hopefully down the road, a new gymnasium. So it's going to be in steps. And like I said, this one's a year ahead of schedule. This one was supposed to be a 2017 project that was done this year.
It
So
really
that's
is
pretty
kind of
neat.
an arms race too in Division II.
It is an arms
facilities,
race.
Everybody has top of the level everything. I mean,
You
from
look-
weight facilities to stadiums.
And I told them this, being in college recruits and families buy with their eyes. They see things, and even if they see construction, they know that
It's coming.
you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And as far as facilities, classrooms, admissions, and all that.
What
kind
is
of
it?
stuff.
Field of Dreams. If we build it, they will come.
Well, I tell you, like I said, we've had an enrollment increase.
Yeah.
And the last year and a half has jumped, more than what we normally projected, which is a great thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, numbers are high in the elementary, numbers are high in the middle school, and you'll see that making its way towards the high school here soon.
Well, obviously a lot of progress going on at Boyd-Buchanan, on and off the field. I'm going to let Stephen talk with you a little bit, because he's a sports guy, about your strategy for tomorrow night against Tyner here,
Right.
Boyd-Buchanan. What time?
7:30.
7:30. So talk about that a little bit, and then I'll wrap up for you guys. If you have any questions in the next couple of minutes, just put it on Facebook, and we'll try to answer those. So, Stephen, let's talk. Let's get down to business.
All right, guys. First thing, Carter and I talked a little bit before how familiar you are with Tyner. You played him twice last year. How much that last game, because you guys were the #1 ranked team in the state at the time, had huge aspirations for a state championship, and they're the team that kind of stopped that. So how much during the offseason workouts does that push you, thinking about this game and getting back to that where you were last year, and then this week, how much are your thoughts on, we owe these guys a little something?
I just guess it's just another game on the schedule. Really, we're gonna play every team like the same opponent. We ain't gonna change.
You're going to be a
nothing.
coach. I'm going to go ahead and you already got the coach speak nailed down.
We're just not gonna change anything. Like Coach told us, is just pretty much just play how we play.
Yeah.
Yes, they beat us in the playoffs. That's the past. We're just ready for now. It's ready for Friday.
Has it been tough, Colt? Getting that rhythm. Everybody needs to have a rhythm where you're in a routine every Friday. You guys have kind of not played. Now you're about to hit that stretch where how anxious are you to finally get going into the actual meat of the schedule?
It's been tough, the off week and then the canceled game. I was ready to play, and then we got the news, and then I wasn't able to play, and then I ended up going to a high school game, and I wanted to be out there, and it was hard just watching because I knew I should be out there playing. And I'm just glad the season's finally started, I guess, and we're ready.
Now, explain for some of the folks who haven't been here, the atmosphere for a Boyd-Buchanan game. When you guys come out, I mean, it's an awesome field house here. When you guys come out of that, and you've got the run-through sign, and you've got all the fans that kind of line the field to welcome you guys onto the field, it's one of the better entrances in the area. I mean, what's it like as a player, you know, building up to that moment, and then when you come running out on the field for a big game?
I know, been here since when I was a little boy. Like, I always wanted to be on this field, to walk out that tunnel and play on the field. And now it's my senior year, to look out and feel the crowd behind me cheering. It's amazing. I love the atmosphere here. It's just, I just can't wait.
I mean, there really are, on Friday nights, there are a lot of the little kids who have their jerseys or whatever on that are high-fiving the play. I mean, you guys are like, you know, the NFL guys to them. They don't, you know, that's their heroes. So was it kind of the same way for you? You're one of those guys that the Boyd-Buchanan players in the past were your heroes, and now you kind of recognize these little kids are looking up to you the same way?
Yeah, when I came here in 6th grade, I always wanted to run out, and I always thought the smoke was cool, and we just run out of the smoke, and it's like we're coming out ready for battle, and it's just a great feeling.
Yeah.
Then the crowd's going wild, and everybody.
You've been a lot of places, Carter. I mean, talk about the atmosphere here for a big game like Tyner.
It is.
Friday night.
It's a great atmosphere. You'll walk out and that hill will be covered with people's chairs. You know, they'll start setting out chairs today to be ready for Friday. You know, and it's a family atmosphere. You walk between the field house and the helmet, and you're going to get mobbed by, like you said, little boys and girls wearing cheerleader outfits and football outfits, or throwing you a ball, mine included. During the weather delay, my 8-year-old wanted to borrow a football. You know, I'm like, no footballs. But it was fun. You know, they're all there. They know you. And, you know, like tomorrow morning, the football team is doing something we've done for the last 3 years. The cheerleaders and the football team will be opening doors at the elementary tomorrow, greeting parents, saying
That's
hello.
cool. Yeah.
This is like the 3rd or 4th year we've done it. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be great. Tomorrow night, the elementary council at their auctioned off a run through the helmet. So there's going to be a 3rd grader go out of the helmet tomorrow night with the football team, and he gets to be on the sidelines and for the first half. So, you know, that's going to be neat.
Yeah.
But all those things add to this atmosphere. Like you said, you know, when the kids win, you know, they sing the alma mater with the student body. You know, and I think that's just special. You know, it brings together students and the student athletes together, and something that's pretty neat.
Now, Tyner's coming off of a loss last week. They got
Right.
upset last week. So what, I mean, for those that don't know, what you normally see, you see the same things from a Wayne Turner Tyner every year. But just explain from your
Wayne
coaching perspective.
Turner coach football teams are going to do the same things they've always done. They know what they know. They know their offense. They know their defense. They play passionately. You know, they play hard. You know, there's always something that Wayne's looking for in the kicking game that a lot of people don't talk about. I think Tyner's got an outstanding kicking game. And, you know, they are who they are. You know, they come in here and they're just like Wayne. They're the same. They're consistent. They're tough. And, you know, they're a tough out, always.
What's the biggest challenge they bring for you? Just the quickness and the speed they have?
Yeah, I would say, you know, quickness, speed. They got a little bit of size. You know, we're not the biggest team
Got more
this year.
speed.
Yeah. And, you know, like I said, but
Saw you rolling
that's
your eyes.
them every year. That's them every year. That's
Yeah.
that's the card they're going to throw down every year is an advantage they have over a lot of people. And, you know, that's what they bring. And like I said, they've had one more game under their belt, you know, so they're going to have a few games one more than us. And, you know, they've experienced a tough loss. They just had some bad breaks in the game, which is uncharacteristic of his teams. They usually don't make mistakes, but in the last quarter of that game, they just made some mistakes. I'm sure they're just saying, hey, if we take care of not making mistakes, we'll be fine.
Okay, well, you guys seem to be fine because I'm looking on our Chattanooga Times Free Press Facebook, and we have thousands of people watching, making impressions. How many right now, Ellis? Like,
It's a bunch.
yeah, it's a bunch. It's in thousands. So I can see on here, but a few comments. Wes Stone, do you guys know Wes Stone? Okay, he says, "Tell my guys, hi there, Coach Stone." Oh, okay, has been keeping up with them and good work. So Wes says that. A lot of people have joined, saying that they're old graduates. They also watched the transformation of the field, and among everything strategy-wise against Tyner tomorrow, I heard you saying people are already setting up to watch the game, and you actually are the first to set up
First
for his wife.
for the wife.
And that's so cool.
Well, like I said,
makes me like you.
It's a fun family thing to do. Like I said,
wife, happy
the
life.
hill the
Right.
hill is covered with chairs, and we laugh about it. I put ours out today, and I usually try to put them out early Friday morning. But last time, 2 weeks ago, somebody beat me. They had one out on Thursday afternoon before our practice.
How long have you been married, Carter?
Long time.
Well
28.
She has changed
28.
well.
Yes.
But like I said, it's she gets it. We understand each other really well on that kind of part, and again, it's part of the family thing.
I'm gonna
The
give you a chance
kids
to
are
score some
welcome
brownie
here.
points.
That's right.
Yeah.
How tough is it? I mean, talk about for a coach's wife. They have to sit in the stands when things aren't going well. They have to hear people saying things about their husband. When things are going well, she has to share so much of your time with other people's kids here. I mean, how tough is it for your wife?
Well, she's incredible. For her, she goes, that's your mission field, and I'm happy to watch you in it. And we don't even talk about all those other things, because I told her before, I said, listen, they paid to get in, they can say whatever they want. Because we believe what we believe in. My wife and I believe in the way we do things with our family. She trusts that I'm doing the best for these guys that I can, and that's okay. Criticisms go with everything, and with us, I told her my harshest critic was my late father. I was coaching somewhere else one time. I came down from the press box, and he just looked and went, But you know what? That goes with the territory, and that is absolutely acceptable.
Because what a lot of people don't know, I mean, it's not just the Friday nights. It's not just Monday through Thursday at practice. I mean, Saturdays are spent basically breaking down film of the game you just played, breaking down the opponent's film, and then Sundays usually are coaches' meetings to start preparing for the next one. So it's a seven day a week grind for a lot
It's a process, but like I said, you make it work. And you can still make all that fit into family time and all that kind of stuff. We have coaches with children. I've got 3. I got one in college. I got one that plays, and then I got one in 3rd grade. Today, I leave practice a little bit early. Guess where I go? Flag football practice.
Yeah.
And that's
real
fine.
balance.
It's fine. I got one that coaches has one in middle school. We have, one of our coaches has got 2 children less than 3 years old. But we make that work. And if you make it work, everybody wants to come back to work. If you make it to where everybody feels like we're working together to get this done, and we all have each other's kids. And like I said, with my wife, she's incredible. She enjoys the games for what they're for, and we don't look at that part of it at all.
What's your wife's name?
Allison.
Allison.
Yes.
Good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys gonna make it work tomorrow? Talking about making
ma'am.
it work.
Yes,
All right. Who's gonna be here? Who's gonna be
We'll
here?
have
from
John
the
Mitchell.
TP?
Will be here covering the game for us.
We're always
He's-
glad when y'all come. You're welcome all the time at Boyd-Buchanan. We're always glad to have company.
Love coming here.
Can I get a chair? Just kidding. Just kidding. I'll sit with Allison.
Absolutely, you can sit with Allison.
Okay.
We got a lot of family coming, so it'll be great.
Well,
It's a family fun thing here at Boyd-Buchanan.
It definitely, truly, I'm an honest reporter, has a family vibe going on here. So that's really cool to see. And we'll be covering it for you. Anything else you want to go out on? Anybody want to say anything? Family talk?
We'll have all of the usual stuff on Friday nights. Follow, the hashtag with Best of Preps for the 10 games that we're going to be covering, including this one. And then read the Saturday paper with all the recaps from these. And then obviously tomorrow's paper will have previews of this one and all the other games coming up.
And thanks for all your positive feedback. We really appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of nice reviews about our sports team.
Thank
so
you very
thanks.
much. Thank you.
Bye, you guys. We'll see you back with some hard news 4 and 11. Okay, bye.